everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be finally doing the Back from Booknet Fest tag created by and Jerry over at Onyx Pages, and which kind of is played off of the Booknet Fest tag done by Kathy. I'm not going to say her name right, so I'm not going to try, but I'll tag both of their channels down below. But before I get started doing this tag with all of these questions, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on all the social medias, and let me know if you were at Booknet Fest tag or plan on going next year, because it's a lot of fun. So, number 1, describe your experience at Booknet Fest in 1 word. This one's really hard because there's a lot of words I could use to describe Booknet Fest. But I guess like a really good word for it would be I'd probably have to go with telling, because it definitely, like, you definitely get to like see people and see who they are outside of BookTube and how they interact with others. But of course it is tons of fun. So like there's lots of words like fun, good learning experience, and just it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. What was your favorite session and why is question number 2. Of course my favorite session was the Women of Color in BookTube, because I think that it is a conversation that needs to be had. It needs to keep growing, especially because you know, in the BookTube community we always have this quest for diverse reads, or we need to read more diversely, but yet we don't support diverse channels and diverse creators. And so I think that started a lot of, I hope it started a lot of good conversations, and it wasn't just a lot of non-people of color in the audience just nodding their head, you know, just nodding their head and like, yeah, that's so true. That's so true, and not actually doing anything about it, because I'm afraid that that's probably what's going to happen. Let's see, but you know, just like, you know, I asked a question of how many times has a person of color gone up to a non-person of color and introduced themselves, and then how many times has a non-person of color gone up to a person of color and introduced themselves in these types of settings, whether it be BookCon, BEA, or Booknet Fest. And you know, the people on the panel were basically like, never has a non-person of color had a non-person of color introduce themselves to one of them at any of these events. And which is kind of telling for non-people of color and how you really feel about diversity in BookTube, which is you really don't care. So number 3, what is one way that attending Booknet Fest has contributed to the growth of your BookTube experience? I think that it was fun meeting a lot of people face to face, and also meeting a lot of new people. You know, we oftentimes get stuck watching the same channels over and over again, and so it was a lot of fun to like be able to find new channels and new people to talk to and interact with and watch their channels, subscribe to their channels, you know, and it's also helped my own growth because they get to meet me. And so I think it's a great social networking event, and I think that makes it so much fun because it's so chill and so calm, and it was a lot of fun to meet people. 4, what was the most enjoyable non-bookish activity you participated in while attending Booknet Fest? I would probably have to say my favorite activity. I went down with my boyfriend, and so the 2 of us went to Animal Kingdom on our first night down at night, which was fun because we got to see the Tree of Life light up, and it was so cool. And then we also went to Universal Studios, which means I got to go to Harry Potter World and have so much fun doing that as well. So those were some of my favorite non-bookish activities. Shout out a few content creators you were excited to meet at Booknet Fest. I think I mentioned this in the Booknet Fest tag. I wasn't excited to meet any one particular person. I was excited to meet a lot of people, or anybody that I could meet, because that is like the best part about this, is you get to meet so many people. And so, but some people that I did get to meet were like Olivia from I Live You for Books, of course, and Jerry from Onyx Pages, tons of fun. Both of them are on YouTube. I got to meet, hold on, this is why I write things down. Okay. God, it's so annoying because I thought I had this written down. Of course, I got to meet Joss from Squibble Breeze, who is so awesome. I liked listening to her on the panel. And this is why I write things down. But I will tag all the channels or Instagram pages below of the people who I felt like I got to talk to a lot of, including some authors, booktubers, and bookstagrammers down below, because I can't seem to remember names right now, which is why I thought I wrote them down, because I'm not good at remembering things. But next up, for number 6, if you plan to come back next year, what is one thing you would like to see different at Booknet Fest? I do plan on coming back next year. I have my tickets and I'm ready to go. But I think my biggest thing were panels. No, I'm sorry, not panels, workshops. So they use the term workshops for your Grow Your Channel workshop, Bookstagramming workshop, and blogging workshop. And I was in the How to Grow Your Channel workshop. And I guess when I think of workshop, I think of like getting, like literally working on things, whether it be a handout, pamphlets, you know, being like, everyone bring your phone, computer, tablet, whatever, and this is what we're going to work on today on how to help, you know, or how to slowly build, versus what I felt like I got was a panel on how to grow your YouTube channel, which was fine. Like the two women who were on the panel, of course it was Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, and I'd have to look up the other nice woman's name, who's not a booktuber, but she's in the YouTube, something with education and things like that. And so she had a lot of good advice and a lot of good insight for YouTube and the YouTube algorithm, which was really great. And so that kind of helped. But like I felt like we could have worked on more things, sort of. I guess that's just kind of how I feel. That's how I always feel. I feel like, but I felt like I didn't leave there with a plan. And I felt like if I wanted to go to a workshop, I would have felt like I was leaving there with a plan of attack of what to do next, because that's what I feel like a workshop is, versus a panel, which is what I felt like this was a panel. And since it was a panel, I didn't feel like you needed to sign up for it early for it to be exclusive, because there was no exclusive information given, type of thing. So it could have been something that was open to everybody, where everybody could have gone to the other two panels as well. I mean, I understand they might have done it because the room is smaller. The room that we're in was smaller, and so there was only so much capacity. And I'm pretty sure that's the reason why it was exclusive. 7, finally, what initiative is coming up for you on your platform that you would like other Booknet Fest attendees to support? I don't feel like I really have any initiatives. I know I am working more on my blog. I've had my blog for like 10 years, but I think I'm finally getting in a space that I like with it, that I am starting to really grow with and focusing on it more, because I already have this YouTube channel, my blog, and Instagram that I try and keep up with, which can be a lot sometimes, or all the time. But I am trying to really push my blog more, make it better, do what I want to do with it, because I feel like there's a lot of times where I just want to write a blog post about something and I don't want to record a video about it. So sometimes that's where I'm at with that. The only other thing I'm thinking about doing is possibly doing a newsletter coming out, which is of course just one more thing to add on to the list of emails. So if you want to, you can sign up for my newsletter that hasn't started yet, but it will. And you could also get a free digital download of a TBR list that you can either print out or keep on your mobile devices and type in on your mobile devices, and you can personalize them for each month. But I think that's only it. I'm trying to do better with the media that I have, because that's what I really need to do better in. So yeah. So you should follow me on my blog to see if I'm really doing better with it. You should, it's linked below. All of this is linked below. But anyway, I think that's it for my Back from Booknet Fest tag. I am so excited to be signed up for next year. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of cool people, and you know, including Weekend Reader and Rachel Ray, and just so many amazing creators that I am so happy to have gotten to meet and spend the weekend with. I'm gonna try and be a little bit more social next year, because I did miss out on the meet and greet and things like that, because my boyfriend and I were at Universal Studios playing at Hogsmeade. So so no regrets, but I'm gonna try and be there so I can really meet people easily. But anyway, I think that's it for me. So like I said, follow me on all the social medias, and until next time, keep turning the pages.